Hello, children. Here I am with the topic tenses. As you all know, there are three main tenses: present tense, past tense, and future tense. There are four subdivisions for these three tense forms. So, as a whole, there are 12 tense forms in English. We can start with present tense. The four subdivisions of present tense are simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect continuous tense. We are starting with simple present tense. Its usage. It is used to talk about a present action, to talk about a habitual action, to talk about a universal truth, to talk about a permanent condition, to talk about a scientific fact, to express proverbs. And its form is subject plus the root form of the verb. Sometimes the root form plus s or es can be used. So we can look at an example for each of this usage. To talk about a present action. Example, I eat a mango. It's a present action. Next one, to talk about a habitual action. He goes to school every morning. It's a part of his habit. Next one, to talk about a universal truth. Example, the sun rises in the east. It's a universal truth and we can't change it. Next one, to talk about a permanent condition. Example, it snows in winter. Permanently, it happens. Next one, to talk about a scientific fact like water freezes at 0 degree. It's a scientific fact and we wrote the verb form in its simple present tense. Last usage, to express proverbs. Look at this proverb. Action speaks louder than words. Action speaks. The verb is written in its simple present form. And thus one more usage for simple present tense. Simple present tense is used with definite future actions or events. If we are very much sure about that future event or future action, we can use simple present tense. Example, my work gets over tomorrow. Students go to tour tomorrow. The school closes at 4 in the evening. So the usages of simple present tense are, while we talk about a present action, a habitual action, a universal truth, a permanent condition, a scientific fact, to express proverbs, and if you are very much definite or sure about any future event, that can also be said in simple present tense. We are moving to the next, present continuous tense. First of all, we can look at the verb form. Along with the subject, we should use am or is or are plus the present participle form. That means ing form of the verb. Okay? Then the usage. It is used to talk about an action that is going on at the time of speaking. Example, he is driving a car. The next usage is for future time reference if we are sure of the action. Okay, look at this example. We are going on holiday tomorrow. Something which is going to happen in a future time. It is also been referred in present continuous tense. Look at the verb form, are going. Okay. That's all. The next one, present perfect tense. Its verb form is subject plus has or have plus past participle. That means V3 form of the verb. Has or have plus past participle. We can look at the usage. It is used to talk about an action that has just been completed. actions that has just been completed. Look at this example. I have just finished my work. I have just finished my work. Action which has just been completed. Then we use the present perfect to say that an action happened at an unspecific time before now. The exact time is not important. That means if we are not saying an exact time about an action, of an action, we can use present perfect tense. Look at this example. I have seen that movie 20 times. We are not specifying the time, but we are specifying, or we are saying that we have seen it, okay, at an past time. So this kind of usage can also be written in present perfect tense. Next, we are moving to present perfect continuous tense. Its verb form is subject plus has or have been plus ing form of the verb, present participle. Okay. Then the usage. It is used to express an action that began in the past and has been in progress till the time of speaking. That means an action which began in the past, it happened or it started in the past and has been in progress till the time of speaking. Till the time of speaking, it is progressing. Such kind of actions can be written in present perfect continuous tense. Look at this example. I have been studying since 3 o'clock. So, since 3 o'clock, I have been studying. That is, action began in the past and has been in progress till the time of speaking. Now we can look at the next usage to express an action that finished just a short while. That means just a moment ago. That is finished. Such kind of actions can also be written in present perfect continuous tense. Look at this example. He has been eating a mango. Okay. Now he is not eating it. He has been eating a mango and just a moment before that's over. He has finished eating it. Usage of since and for should also be studied while we study these perfect tense forms. Okay. Usage of since. Since is used to denote a point of time and for is used to denote a period of time. Okay. If we are saying a particular point of time, we can use since, and while we are referring a period of time, we can use for. Look at this example. I have been living in Delhi for 5 years. For 5 years. 5 years is a period of time. So that's why we used for. And look at the next one. She has been living in Agra since birth. Since that point of time. That birth is a particular point of time. Okay. That's all. Now we are moving to past tense. Like present tense, past tense can also be divided as four: simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. First of all, we can look at simple past tense. Its form is subject plus second form of the verb, verb to. Usage to talk about a past action. Look at this example. I played cricket yesterday. A past action. Next one, to talk about some past habit. A past habit of some people can also be written in simple past tense. He studied well. So that was his habit when he was a child. He studied well. Now we are moving to next one, past continuous tense. Its verb form is subject plus was or were plus present participle. Present participle denotes ing form of the verb. Okay, so was or were plus ing form of the verb should be used in past continuous tense. Its usage. It is used to talk about an action which was in progress at some point of time before the time of speaking. Okay, look at this example. They were dancing. So, and at a particular point of time, they were doing so. Okay, that was an action which was continuing in a past time. Next one, past perfect tense. It is used to talk about an action that was completed before a given moment in the past. Okay, look at the example, you will understand it better. The film had started before we reached cinema hall. Here in this sentence, there are two verb forms. Which are those? Had started and reached. We all know that reached is simple past tense and had started is in past perfect tense. So, if there are two actions or if there are more than one action, we can use past perfect tense for the first action happened. Okay, so here in this sentence, what's the first thing happened? The film had started before we reached cinema. So the starting of the film is the first event or the first thing happened, isn't it? So we used past perfect tense to refer that verb form. And the next verb forms can be used in simple past. Okay. So that's the usage of past perfect tense. And the next one, past perfect continuous tense. Along with the subject, we should use had been plus present participle. That means ing form of the verb. Okay. Now its usage. It is used to talk about an action that began before a definite moment in the past, had continued up to that moment, and was still in progress at that moment or had recently finished. We can look at the example. She had been writing a novel. That action began in the past and continued in the past, and it was still in progress at that moment and had finished very recently. So that's all. And now we are moving to future tense. Like present and past, future tense can also be divided as four: simple future tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. We can start with simple future tense. It's verb form. Along with the subject, will or shall plus root form of the verb should be used. That means V1 form of the verb should be used with will or shall. That's the verb form. And its usage. It is used to talk about an action that will take place in future. Example, she will sing a song. Will sing. Next one, future continuous tense. The verb form is subject plus shall or will be plus present participle. Will or shall be plus present participle, that means ing form of the verb. It is used to express an action that is almost certain to take place in the future. That is almost sure to take place in the future. Example, he will be reading a book tomorrow. It's almost sure that this thing will happen in the future. Okay. The next one, future perfect tense. Its verb form is subject plus will or shall have plus V3 form of the verb. Okay. Then its usage, to talk about an action completed before a given moment in the future. Action completed before a given moment in the future. Look at this example. She will have finished the work by Wednesday. And now we are moving to a last tense form, future perfect continuous tense. Its verb form is subject plus will or shall have been plus present participle, that means ing form of the verb. It is used to talk about an action that will begin before a definite moment in the future, will continue up to that moment, and will be in progress even at that moment. Okay, so action that will begin in the future, that will continue, then that will progress in a future time. Look at this example. It will have been raining for 3 days. In this sentence, the action of raining will begin in the future, will continue in the future, and will be in progress in a future time. Here I am giving you a solved question on the topic tenses for your better understanding.